Benchwarmers, what's going on? I'm joined tonight on this recording with Erik, the instigator, and Marco, the interrupter. My name is Diego. And before we get into a very interesting story time for you guys, because there was a bet between Benchwarmers, some housekeeping to remind you guys that you can always listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, be it Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts by searching Benchwarmers FC. Erik, they can also find us on social media by searching
Benchwarmers FC. Make sure to give us a comment, a like, give us a follow, share us with your friends and family. We appreciate that.
And Marco, they can always watch our cute faces, including your very cute beard and slicked back bun.
On YouTube at Benchwarmers FCTV.
Not missing a beat. I love it, boys. All right, so story time, because I'm excited to tell you guys. Listen, he's not here right now. He's a little busy. I'm not going to read into it, but there's a certain Spurs fan that told me with a lot of confidence. And I say this just as story time. I'm not talking smack. It's story time, you know. And he said, listen, we got to make a bet. I was like, all right. He's like, we have to make a bet. I was like, listen, Spurs may have smacked United early in the season, but like we were saying off air, off recording, the two teams that didn't have a preseason suffered heavy losses. Right now, those two teams, City and United, have the least amount of losses in the league. They have 4 each. So I told Josue, I said, listen, man, if you want to get a bet, let's get a bet. So the idea was we're each going to put up a story. We're going to put up a story with an image of our choice for the other person. And we have to, not only do we have to put it up on a story, we have to make a highlight. So right now, there's a highlight on Josue's Instagram with 3 middle finger emojis because he has a post up that is it's a photo of the match, and it's Solskjaer patting Mourinho on the head from the first time that he beat him, and it says in nice big bold letters, Solskjaer's daddy. So revenge is sweet and victory is sweeter. And man, I'm happy, man. I'm happy about that. We're sharing it on air. We're sharing it on air. There it is. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love it. I love it. And but I will say, you know what? I like that because Josue is a man of his word. He put it up, no hesitation. He said, I didn't say anything to him after the game. I didn't even say anything. I didn't have to say anything. I just waited for that text to come in. All right, send me what I need to post. And he went through. So he's a man of his word. I respect that. He went through on his bet. And I'm sure that a lot of other people that were looking at it were probably enjoying the meme.
I definitely
Marco
did. I took
included.
advantage of it.
Go ahead,
The first thing I said when I heard from him is, "Yo, Josue, who's your daddy?"
Oh. On my end,
I gotta fuck you from out of that one. I mean, I'll take it.
but listen, Josue is my banana bro. He went through on it. And in my end, though, I think was going to be equally as embarrassing because I had to put up a photo. It was going to be a Photoshop that day of me hugging Harry Kane. And since I'm short, I was probably going to get up to his waist. And it was going to be Harry Kane is my hero. So that would have been awful because that would have had to stay up permanently. And I'm glad that it's not. So we're going to get into the rest of the action for the Premier League, including that match between Spurs and United, the comeback. But Erik, if you want to pick it up, I do want to talk about your Arsenal side beating Sheffield 3-0. And we're starting just with our team so we can get a little bit loose and talk about the positives.
Definitely, man. It was a great. Let me digress a bit. This put everything into context real quick. It's Sheffield. They're dead last. They're getting relegated. They're relegated already. Let's be honest with it. They're done. So let's take everything with a grain of salt in this result. But it's a great way to go into this week's matchup in Europa against Slavia Prague, where we're traveling and it's 1-1. So it's anybody's game still. So this was a great result for us to have. It was a little weird that Aubameyang had the flu. Marco and I spoke about this. We're like, I don't know if that's entirely true, but
the flu.
Yeah, quote unquote. We'll see. We'll see. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not true, but it doesn't seem like it seems like a coincidence if you ask me. But overall, with the game itself, we played very well, man. Again, I know it's Sheffield, and I don't want to go on, huge, like, oh my god, we were fucking amazing. But I think honestly, we can probably win the Europa League and get top 4 in the Premier League with this result. I'm like, get all serious. Like, you serious right now? Like, no.
What
But no,
have you been
honestly,
smoking?
we've been good, man. This game was a really good game. I'm happy with the result. It was definitely the first half. I was telling Mark, it just felt like it was 1-0, and we're gonna shoot ourselves in the foot again, and then it was gonna go downhill from there. But it didn't. Martinelli got the goal after coming back from a long-term injury. So I'm happy he got full 90 minutes. Pepe, again, even though he didn't get the assist or a goal today, but he was a part of the game.
Huge
He
part.
he's really found himself this season. I think 18 starts or 18 games. He has 13 goals and assists. So for a player who isn't playing that much, he's doing pretty good. And Lacazette up top, sometimes he's good. Sometimes, like as what's his name would say, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's shit. That's how it is, man. Sometimes it's good, yeah. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's shit, man. But it was a good game, good results. Ceballos stepped it up, but I just hope that my main thing with this result, it has to carry over into this week's game on Thursday against like a Prague. That's the main focus. That this should be a confidence builder for the squad and for the players. So that is where my mind's at. I'm sure that's where all their minds at. That this result was all right. Good. Now we carry on to the next game. So I'm happy 3-0. Now 10-1 to Slavia Prague. Hopefully that's it.
So how about so Saka was nice with, I think he got 2 goals, right? Was it 2 goals or just one?
Lacazette.
Oh right, Lacazette. Sorry,
Lacazette got the one and Martinelli got the other.
Wrong rhyming name. I was gonna ask,
Laka.
losing Saka to a late-ish substitution. Is that, are you worried about that? Do you think he's going to be back for the Europa League? How much does it affect him being out of the squad?
I think it was more not having Emil Smith Rowe and Odegaard, which was kind of like upsetting because those are the players that fill that role perfectly. Saka, you could tell he did good. At this point, you can throw that kid anywhere on the pitch, and I feel confident with him. He's that good, but you can tell that's not his strongest position. So if you tell me Saka's out for this week coming up, but we have Emil Smith Rowe or Odegaard back, I think we'll be fine. I think we have the firepower and the talent at least to get past Slavia Prague. But just to kind of give you a little insight on Saka, it doesn't seem like it's that major of an injury. It was more of a dead leg that he got. I think knee to thigh. So precautionary. Three. Sheffield, man, you gotta take him out. You can't have another Tierney issue and then losing him for the season like we lost Tierney. So it's been an up and down season, but Saka should be back. I'm sure he'll be back for the game.
Confident enough he will.
Yeah.
Marco, how do you feel about Aubameyang having the flu? Can we dig into that a little bit?
I mean, Erik and I, we didn't watch it together, but we were connected, and we were. Actually, no. In a sense, we were watching it together. We were always connected, bro. And we were laughing about it because it's like, okay, we kind of have a feeling. No, it doesn't have a flu. It's just that we're going through the whole process, like the whole thing of he might already been checked out of Arsenal, and he might not want to play anymore or want to be part of the squad, and that might be it. I don't know exactly what's going on with him. I don't think it was the flu. I just don't think he wanted to play or wanted to be part of the team, or in his head he's just checked out. I could be reading too much into it. Maybe it is the flu, and maybe he isn't lying, and he comes back on Thursday and scores 3 for us. I'm just based on what I have been seeing in the past couple of weeks, in the way that he's been acting, and the way he has been playing the game. That's what I'm basing it off of.
It's actually funny you say that, Mark, because I was listening to this podcast today, and they were actually saying that how like people are saying that the flu, it's all fake. People are saying that it's fake, that it was him, like you said, checking out and I wanted to be there. But then they also kind of give the context where when things are bad, you're gonna believe the worst story, which is kind of what we're believing right now. Aubameyang's in bad form. He's been in bad form this whole season, so we're gonna believe the worst story. But then at the same time, they're like, sometimes the flu is just a cold, but they just call it the flu because that's what they always do.
Yeah, maybe he had a fever or a cough.
He might have had a fever, or something. But but because he's in bad form, all our minds are going automatically. Oh shit, he's done. He's out. Is that true? I don't know. Again, we're not in his shoes. I hope not, though. I hope not. I hope we don't have another Ozil situation on our hands. But only time will tell. And like Marco said, man, maybe he comes back on Thursday and scores a hat trick. Who knows?
Maybe, hopefully, he does. And another hopeful were the Liverpool fans that had this Trent Alexander-Arnold rocket into the side netting in the 91st minute. They're celebrating that they're back in the Champions League spots. They're in fourth place, and then by the next day they were back down to sixth. So, what do you guys take out of Liverpool leaving it to the death over Aston Villa? I honestly thought that Aston Villa could have probably nicked this. I think they could have nicked it, but it was a superb hit from Alexander Arnold. Did you see it coming? Were you as upset? I'm gonna be honest. I was upset that they won. I was kind of tight that they won. That Liverpool won.
Yeah, I was very upset. And just before Trent's goal too, Emi Martinez had a fucking phenomenal save from point blank range. For that to go in 2 seconds later was so gut. I know he was gutted, man. But yeah, Liverpool, man, they won at home finally after I think since December or something like that,
Since
which is
December
which is
2020. That's right.
insane.
First
That's
home win.
insane. That blows my mind. I didn't. It's what we're in March. We're in April right now.
For an April.
That's crazy, bro. But I mean, Liverpool, these are the results that they need. They need to get that they weren't getting before. The scrappy little 2-1 wins last minute. That's what they were notorious for the past couple of seasons. Getting those scrappy wins. Oh man, they got it again. They got it again. They have to continue this form. Trent, especially if he wants to get back on the England squad because he was dropped and he didn't have a good showing in Champions League.
Point to
This was a
prove. Point to prove.
huge point to prove. Let's not hide the fact that 2 seconds later he almost conceded the goal for falling
Yes.
asleep on the defensive end. But as a Liverpool fan, you're happy. This is exactly what you want to see your team doing. You want to see Trent start, getting responsibility back and getting back into form. I just hate that they won though. I'm kind of pissed off about that.
Marco, Emi Martinez, 8 ridiculous saves total recorded for that match. Did it hurt a little bit just to see, like, focusing on Aston Villa? What do you feel about their fortunes without Jack Grealish? Because Grealish was supposed to be back. He's supposed to be already on the pitch. He was picture training, and suddenly he picked up. Dean Smith said he picked up another little niggle. It's gonna be another couple of weeks. It's like, when is this guy gonna get better?
Couple of weeks, Jesus.
Is he getting ready to go to another team? I mean, it's that bad. Like, come on. Like, I know he's been injured, but really, when it comes to Martinez, bro, every time you see him on the pitch, it hurts. I know. Erik and I, we talked about this not too long ago too, about the whole Leno and Martinez and what would happen if we would have kept one versus the other, and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, we decided to keep Leno for a reason, and maybe the reason we haven't seen it yet, but Martinez, bro. Are you? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me or Erik might agree, but are you? Every time you see him on the pitch, like, you just want him to succeed,
Right.
and all you want to do is make sure that Aston Villa just continues the way. Not that maybe not the way that they're playing, because they haven't. They're below the 10th place, so they're bottom 10. But just to continue giving Martinez the chance and hope that Martinez ends up in a quote unquote bigger team. Will that happen? I don't know, but I would really like him to go somewhere else.
Speaking of bigger teams, I think he can make it. I think he can make it.
What is he, like, 28? 29? I'll check right now. I have it up.
I think he's like in his 30s, if I'm not mistaken.
Is he?
But I know his main goal is Argentina, and I
yes
believe
he's 28.
He's 28.
That's young, dude.
He's 28.
He's 6'5". Holy
That's
shit!
Prime. That's prime.
Huge.
I'm sorry.
Bro,
yeah, he's in his prime. He has another 5. He has another 7 years, bro. He's 6. I know. I had no idea.
His main goal is Argentina. If they don't make him the numero uno keeper, bro, they are stupid.
Bro, Romero is like the 4th pick of Man United now.
Yeah.
He's still Man United?
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I don't think he left yet. I don't think he left.
No, I saw your squad the other day. You have 5 goalkeepers. I think he's number 4 in choice.
Bro, if Emirates does not get number 1, I do not know what Argentina's doing. It just blew my mind.
I mean, there are some other pretty good keepers out there, though. There are some pretty good Argentine keepers, and One of them escapes my mind, but he plays on a South American team, and he's definitely been killing it. And I like that you mentioned bigger teams. One of the moving forward because one of the upsets on the bigger team this season in the league, Man City 1 Leeds 2 at home. Our boy Stuart Dallas at the death, sliding it past Ederson. Okay, so I had said something about City taking their foot off the gas in the league because they were chilling and they have a nice cushion, but I didn't expect that this was going to happen. On top of that, with Erik flashing up the 10, they did it with 10 men. they they did it with 10 men, and they were leading the entire game up until the 76th when Ferran Torres equalized, and then Stuart Dallas in the 91st with a beautiful through ball. He ran onto it and just slotted it. I think they fully deserved it. They fully deserved it. And I'm gonna ask you guys real quick because obviously the upset was the talk of the day for that match day. But something very interesting that Pep Guardiola said. He said, "Give Bielsa Man City, and he'll win it all." What do you guys think about that?
I would agree with that.
Marco, do you
Look what
think
he's done with
it's
Leeds.
but do you think well, one thing is if he leaves Leeds, right? But then the other thing is, was it just him being, nice, or do you really believe that Bielsa has the goods to bring a team like City? Is it just resources that he needs, or does he want, or does he look for a specific type of player? Because one thing that I saw, and before I hand it off to you, all these Leeds players were running their asses off, like absolutely darting up until the 90th minute, and they got rewarded with a goal. Do you think Bielsa can take a team like Man City to new heights?
Yes, maybe with not the exact same squad that they have now, but if he had the money to fix up Man City to where he would like it, I can see it. I can see it happening. Yes. I mean, he's
Yeah.
gonna end up with. Rumor has it. I mean, already, right?
Rumor has
Rumor has it he's gonna end up with one of the Man City players for next season if he stays.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
Do you want to elaborate a little bit more on that?
I kind of saw somewhere around that maybe Aguero.
Oh, okay.
That's why I
You
say
know
if he
what? That's
stays, because we've had this conversation. The
right.
contract ends at the end of the season, I believe.
Right.
He hasn't extended. He hasn't said anything. If he stays, Aguero needs a new home. I saw a post somewhere that Aguero may be to Leeds.
I want the Marco prediction. Is he out to Leeds or no?
Oh, yeah, he has to go somewhere. Might as well go to Leeds. Stay
I
home.
heard
Same England.
I heard he was going to an Argentine team.
I mean, bro, there's so many. I also heard something about Necaxa, but I could be wrong.
Oh my God, no. Dude, what?
But Dale, what do you think about Bielsa T City? You think he could do it?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. And I don't say that as disrespect or a slight to Bielsa. I'm saying it as if he were to inherit this Man City team tomorrow. Let's say that Pep is like, all right, forget this, I'm out, and Bielsa takes on this City team tomorrow, or even next season. Let's be more realistic. Let's say he takes it next season. I don't think he'll like. I don't think he'll have the correct players for his style of play. I really don't. Can he do it? Probably. It'll be difficult because obviously the manager has a lot to do with the system. But again, it's the man bun, bro. There's too many bald players on Man City, and he doesn't have enough man buns to make his system work, dude. It's all about the long hair. It's all about the long hair. Fernandinho, garbage, absolute garbage. If
Can the
Company
both
was
of
still
you
there, garbage.
can the both of you just just flap your hair around?
Chill.
I'll do it at the end. Just remind
We'll
me.
do it. We'll do it at the end as a little bonus. But we're moving forward because there were still some pretty interesting results for the rest of the weekend. Going through Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 4. Okay, moving forward, West Ham. No, I'm kidding. We give Chelsea a very hard time on this pod, and I feel like I was telling Marco off recording. I feel like Tommy T told this team that they will focus on defense only, and they had a bunch of clean sheets. They haven't cut clean sheets as of late, but they've been scoring goals now. So I think right now they're kind of flexing their goal scoring form, and that makes Chelsea a different monster. I know we don't usually talk about another tournament, but they're through today after losing to Porto on a very very late goal 1-0. and they were able to advance on aggregate 2-1. I think he's in the driving seat. Chelsea are definitely in the driving seat, and looking how they're looking on form in the table, they play Brighton next. They're only 1 point off of the top four with 54 points. We made a lot of predictions, and we'll get to West Ham in a second. But guys, is Chelsea going to take a Champions League top four spot? Give it to me easy, man. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Marco, you're deliberating with yourself in your head, man. You're looking at it.
Yeah, I think so. And if I had to choose who's going to drop, I have a feeling it's going to be Leicester City.
I also have a feeling it'd be Leicester City because Leicester City, with an awful, awful showing of their defensive qualities, they kind of brought it back a little bit because they scored 2 late goals thanks to Iheanacho. But Lord Lingardinho showing up with 2 golazos, a tap in, and a nice little scuff shot with that he curled in. Lingard already has more goals than I don't know how many players. There was a whole list that came out that had players like, some were injured like De Bruyne, but players like Mane, like Martial even, and some other midfielders and forwards, Havertz, Werner, the entire Chelsea team. But I just want to put that out there. Do you think? All right, you guys think? 2 questions: can Lingard keep up this form, and can West Ham finally get the Champions League anthem in the London Stadium?
Let me look at the table real quick. Let me just look at the table.
They're from Liverpool. They're 2 points above, no, 3 points above Liverpool.
And they all have the same amount of games. I just want to see who they have coming up because that's.
Do y'all have the same amount of games? Yes.
No, I say who they have coming up.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, yeah, bro. These matches are definitely winnable. They have Newcastle, Chelsea might be the only one, but Burnley, Everton, they can be Everton, Brighton, West Brom, Southampton. Yeah.
I mean,
This-
all they have
if
to
this-
do
if
is
this-
walk away with a tie from Chelsea, and they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
in
there
the-
if
in the
this if
Gucci.
there's a year to do it, this is the year, especially with Jesse Lingard being just
On
crazy.
fire right now.
On
Crazy.
fire.
Yeah. This could be their year. I think again.
On fire and on form. West Ham 3-2 over Leicester. Our boy David Moyes doing the bits. They lost Antonio. The other thing that some people worried about is that Cresswell came out of this encounter injured, so it looks like they might have lost Cresswell as well. Losing Declan Rice also wasn't a big help. It looks like whatever Moyes is trying to get to his guys is let's close off the game in the first half, and then we'll just cruise control for the second. Let's do all the work in the first half, and then we'll chill out for the second half.
I mean, we've seen that's been him in the ass in the past, so I wouldn't.
It has.
If I were him, I wouldn't do that.
It has
But-
because this match was 3-2. The Wolves game was also 3-2, and the Arsenal game they were up 3-0, and Arsenal was the only team to be able to battle back and make it 3-3. So it's definitely, I guess, the tactics that Moyes is telling his boys to do, and that rhymed unintentionally because I wasn't intending on United beating Spurs 3-1, but they did, and I think it was a great showing from Pogba, a great showing from Greenwood. I think it was a fantastic game from Cavani. The movement from Cavani is getting 10 goals out of him as a free transfer. I think is great. But can we talk a little bit about not feeding your kids, Erik?
Oh man. I wanted to kind of ask what your thoughts were on that, but if I don't know, I guess as an Arsenal fan, or I guess like as a third party to this, it was kind of a weird comment to make. I don't know, it was just weird. But then Mourinho just took it to the next level and just tried to like as Ollie's son said, he tried taking the focus off of what was the actual incident and directed to what Ollie said. Which again, it was a weird comment. Ollie's been, I think he's kind of awkward in front of the cameras. I don't know, maybe people are awkward in front of cameras. Who knows? But yeah, it was just weird. I don't know. It was classic Mourinho taking advantage of anything he can because he lost embarrassingly.
Yes.
But yeah, at the same time, he didn't make a weird comment. I was just, it was entertaining to watch.
All right, for you guys as Arsenal fans, did you expect another blowout or at least a Spurs win?
No. Spurs are imploding. You can see that. And Mourinho is the mastermind of all that.
But please keep him for next season.
Please, because that means Harry Kane's out, and that means your team will literally be dog shit. So Harry Kane's out, Mourinho's in. I'm all for that. They can't fire Mourinho. They can't fire him. His contract. There's no clause in his contract at Spurs. They literally, from my understanding, there's no clause. So they keep him or they fire him and pay him all the money they owe him.
Jesus.
So I'm pretty sure there's no clause in that, from what I understand, and I mean, they just shot themselves in the foot with him, and I'm happy we never got him. Woo.
So a nice little stat troll. It is the first time in Jose Mourinho's managerial career that he records 10 losses in a domestic league season, and it leaves Tottenham sitting in 7th place, 49 points, just 1 point above Everton and 4 points above Arsenal. All right, Marco, I'm gonna ask you now: does Harry Kane leave? Yes or no?
Yes. But I think I answered this a week ago.
You did.
I said yes. If Mourinho stays.
Now it looks much harder for them to even get to the Europa League spots. Let's say they get Europa. Let's give them Europa.
They got the third competition. They good.
Let's say they get Europa. Does Harry Kane stay?
No. Again, if Mourinho stays, he's gone.
How old is Harry Kane?
28. I'm assuming he's like 28 too. I'll tell you right now.
He's 28, 27.
Yeah. I mean, all these guys are these guys are getting to their prime years.
Prime years.
He's 27.
Okay.
27.
Prime years.
Yeah, man. If he wants to win any major trophy, and yeah, Europa is a major trophy. I mean, like, he wants Champions League. We all know that.
Yeah.
He has to go somewhere else.
That's a dream for every player out there.
The only team I could see actually scooping him up are one of the Manchesters. Real Madrid. Definitely Real Madrid.
I don't want to jinx it. I
don't see him in Barca, but I think either he stays in England, goes to one of the Manchesters, or he's out to La Liga.
All right, so I'm gonna give you guys 2 tidbits. Daniel Levy came out and he came out strongly. He said, "Under no circumstance am I gonna sell Kane to a competitor English club." But you know, Marco, money talks, Marco, right? Money talks.
I mean, I already said it, and most English players just prefer to go to Germany. So I said it last time. I said it, he's going to Bayern.
That you know what? We'll pull into some Champions League talk right now, because one thing I did hear watching the game today, the commentators were astounded that once Javi Martinez came on as a sub to play in the front lines, they said it's impossible to believe that Bayern would not have a secondary striker in their ranks to replace Lewandowski, even just to hold up the ball and act like a forward. They have nobody. They have no backup. Now, I'm not saying Lewandowski is losing his form anytime soon, but if you want someone to probably complement him, I can't think of anyone better than Harry Kane.
But that means Harry Kane was at the bench. No way he's at the bench. No way he goes to the bench. No, he goes from captain of England to sit on the bench in Bayern. No.
I mean, listen, unless
I'm happy.
coach...
I'm happy on the bench. Aren't you happy on the bench? What are you talking about?
I love being on the bench. I'm not good though.
I can't even make it to the bench, so I don't mind. But I think they will figure out a structure so that they can both play together.
Ooh.
I feel like they would. And we've seen in the past, Harry Kane play as a false 9 or center forward. Because that's how he was feeding Son all the goals at the beginning of the season. So if he plays one step behind Lewandowski, let's say next season, just bringing this out of my ass, I don't see a problem with that.
You don't, but Harry Kane might.
I mean, he might not score 100 goals, but he might have 50 assists.
That's true.
And then he might be in the team that he'll finally get his first at least domestic title, and 2, an actual fight for Champions League.
I remember, you know what this makes me think about, because I did watch the Spurs documentary when it came out on Amazon, and there was a moment specifically Jose Mourinho calls in Harry Kane to his office and he tells him, "You were a world-class player." You deserve more. You deserve better. And Harry Kane was like, I know. And that might come to bite him in the ass because he's going to be sitting there thinking, I deserve better than this Spurs team. I deserve better. So they have a chance at silverware. They have a chance at silverware next week. Not this upcoming weekend, the one following, because they have the EFL Cup final against Man City. And already Eric's rolling his eyes. If Spurs get this cup, does it change anything?
No, what the fuck? It's the Carabao Cup, right? You talking about?
Yes, it's the Carabao Cup.
Oh
yes.
God, no! Oh, they won the Audi Cup. Congratulations! Fuck off! Bullshit. No.
Well, I think that's enough time on Mourinho and Spurs, because there were a few other results. West Brom with the great escape. I think things are looking pretty good for Sam Allardyce. Definitely treating each game as a cup final almost as well, because they have to survive. 3-0 over Southampton. That's huge. Everton and Calvert-Lewin. I hate him because he ruined my fantasy week, and that was a 0-0 draw, so that was awful. Newcastle 2-1 over Burnley. St. Maximin having a great goal to decide that, great solo goal, doing the solo run-up. And then Fulham Wolves 1-0. Adama Traore taking matters into his own hands in the final minutes. Before we wrap up, guys, wasn't there some VAR controversy this week? It's escaping me, but I feel like there was a moment that there was some VAR controversy because there was a player that scored a goal and he was deemed offside. It was another player that scored a goal, but he wasn't deemed offside. Do you guys remember that?
The only one I could think of was the McTominay situation.
Yes, there was a McTominay situation, so I do want to bring that up. Oh, it was actually in that game. It was in that West Brom game that I think it was Kyle Bartley, when they drew the lines. Kyle Bartley was offside.
I saw.
And the guy that scored was actually behind him, and he was at least the whole leg onside. And then VAR came out and they're like, sorry, our technology didn't work, so the call has to stand because the sideline ref put up his flag. So what do you guys think about that?
I mean, I think I stand being the only one that was VAR off in the very beginning. So. Marco, I'll give it to you.
Marco, I mean, yes, they won. Let's say that was the deciding goal though, and it was 1-0. And then they chalked it off because they called offside on the wrong player. Yes, he was offside, but he didn't participate in the goal, and he never scored the goal. He never touched the ball. Diagne did, and he scored it with his head, I think. And then they say, "Oh, sorry."
I think that whoever the referee was that drew the lines should be punished and not be able to do his job for at least 3 games.
What is the adequate ref punishment, Marco?
Send them down to the below league. I've called it here first. Look. Erik and I had this conversation again in the past. I think that the referees should be placed in the same thing as the teams in the league. If you're a shit one, you should be relegated to the below. Go learn, and then the best one from the below be brought up and have a competition that way. If you want to be the best, you gotta really bring it and do the best for both teams.
But what if all the fucking refs suck?
I mean, then I guess you use robots and you stop using humans.
Actually, look, you're not far off from that, because I'm not sure if you're aware. I think we spoke about this before, actually.
Yeah.
But Arsene Wenger did say that, I think for the next major international competition, I'm not 100% sure though, but they actually want to use robots, or I guess video technology, to determine offsides, no longer the referees.
I mean, in a sense, they're already doing that because they're not letting them really do the whole flag thing.
Playing Champions League, you saw Mbappe on the break and he was onside.
That is true. And then
the ref fucked it up.
He fucked it up.
Then we have these situations that Diego's saying where the VAR's fucking it up. So,
but the VAR's
not only is the ref fucking up, now the VAR's fucking. No, but he's saying the technology didn't work.
Yeah, whoever draws the line, that's a person.
That was their official statement, that they could not draw the line where it was supposed to be, and that their technology just didn't work, and they had to rely back on the call that the sideline ref had originally made, which was offside because he had his flag up.
So VAR is shit and the ref is shit. So what do we conclude? Just have one shit ref. Fuck off VAR. Get VAR out of the game. It's ruining the game.
Game's gone. Game's gone.
Game is gone. Who said that? I think Audie said that game is gone, right?
Yeah, he said game's
yeah,
gone.
Dude, the game is gone, man. It's the fact that you have to wait to celebrate is like the most ridiculous thing.
That is funny.
Like, I'm telling you, this is gonna become American football.
Can I celebrate?
We are not that far off.
Can I celebrate the goal that I just scored?
So game's gone.
30 seconds. Wait, hold on.
I think that's a good way. I think that's a good way to segue into what happened with Spurs and United. Was it a foul on Son? Yes or no? I know it's not that simple, and I'm not trying to set you guys up either. Just your opinion. Was it a foul on Son? Yes or no?
To keep the beauty of the game pure, it's not a foul.
I agree.
Same.
I agree.
So, but now, the letter of the law. Fuck off, VAR. I hate it. If you slow it down, it looks 10 times.
Bad. Yeah, it looks bad.
It looks 10 times worse than what it actually is.
I think that should be a rule. You can't slow your shit down.
The thing, VAR, they slow it down because they can't make any big major errors. So they have to make sure they see every little aspect of it. But when you slow it down, when these players are going 100 miles per hour and you slow it down, yeah, it looks fucking horrible. The VAR is a fucking joke. Fuck off. I'm over
it. Can we all agree that Heung-min Son is a low-key shithouser for having they brought on the stretcher for him for that. They brought on the stretcher and the medical team for that. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they were focused on I forget who the referee was. I want to look it up because I feel like he at least deserves the respect to be named. So let's see this. Ref. Chris Kavanaugh. Chris Kavanaugh goes to the screen. One thing I did like is that they said, hey, listen, go check it out, decide for yourself. And at the end of the day, I felt good just with the fact that, okay, he saw it, he thinks it's bad. He made the decision. He had the final say. However, the one thing that Tim Howard said, and it was also backed up by Robbie Musto at the time, he's like, he doesn't even look at Son when he goes down. Like he's looking right at McTominay and Son when the incident happens. As soon as McTominay passes it out to the left flank, he follows the ball. He doesn't even look back at Son. He doesn't check back at Son. He doesn't think, oh, that was a bad one. I'm going to wait until this passage of play stops or that it slows down so I could check on him. He thought nothing of that because honestly, it was nothing. Son reached out to grab him. McTominay did the normal movement. It unintentionally caught him in the face. So I think from now on, boys, we're going to have to bring in VAR whenever someone's eye gets poked out. That's it.
Bro, I am just so happy that I was always against it, and I'm still against it. And I will die on this hill.
You'll die on that hill. All right, boys. That's a wrap up for today. A great episode with Erik, the instigator, and Marco, the interrupter. Thank you, everyone, for getting to this point of our podcast. As always, we appreciate your support. And make sure you catch us next week on the following episode of The Bench. We're the Benchwarmers. This is the Bench of the Voice, where the bench is always warm. Peace, everybody. Everyone.